it's working. Looks like we're up. We got fusion, and the microphone is going. Don't know if the sensitivity's right, but we'll see what happens. So, I think that means it's time to play around and make some Pokemon stuff. You can see in the bottom corner right there that we got our little Wailmer friend. And basically, the name of the game today is that in our washroom here, we have a little 3D printed Wailmer Pail. It was one of the ones that came from Thingiverse, My Mini Factory, one of those free sites. Awesome. It was free, it was easy to print, it looked really fun, but it had a kind of catastrophic flaw to it that you printed in two pieces, and no matter what you do, kind of difficult to seal closed, and thing leaked the actual spouts for the water to come through, a little bit of an awkward spot, and you know, as a watering can, maybe not the best, but summer vibes. I think we can improve on the thing and actually go into the land of Bulbapedia, see the few different versions of Wailmer Pails that are out there, and you know, just try and throw something together that is actually useful around the house to work for the gardens that we have over. So, nice and easy. It's a very, very simple shape in games and in the manga and all those different Japanese Pokemon Center exclusives that are out there. Like Guardian Pikachu. He's got a Wailmer Pail. It's great. Even shows up in some of the statues, and was a toy in the way before times when Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby. Oh jeez. The fact that that's an old game, a little terrifying, because we used to play on the not even 3DS, Game Boy Advance way back when. So, yeah. The thing that I really want to see overall, though, is just if there is a consistent version, because all of them generally look like they have the smiley face, the fins, and then some sort of detailing on the underside that adds to the tummy section of the Wailmer. So, you know, just trying to get one that is close enough to canon for purpose. If not, just looks cute. So, the one that we see in, what is this? Pokemon Masters EX. Okay. So, it's got the, is that 4? Yeah. It turns the normal blowholes that are on a Wailmer, which you can see on the Omega Sapphire. Omega Sapphire? No, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I swear I can read. It turns those blowholes into an array of 4 dots for a spout, just like in the series. And that seems to be what most of these do. When we went and got the 3D model way back when, I think it just has 3 along the front. Yeah. Just this funny little guy. I think that's the exact same one, because you can see the hemispherical split there. generations and replicas of pieces, you never know. They might have stuff. So, just as easy as that, they have the Wailmer Pail. Do we want to instead maybe make a Gulpin? Yeah, alright, he's cool. Lotad? Lotad plush bonus part of the stream? Alright, we'll keep this one open for later. But, as easy as that, hey look, there's some references there, so let's see if it's actually textured. Because what do they got in here? Beauty. We'll do that. And see what they got. So we can kind of see that in the game, it is nothing but polygons. And I don't necessarily agree that that is the pattern that you would find on the underside of a whale. I think I agree more with what we see on... Oh, where is that one? Maybe it is. They all converge into one point. I would have thought that it was more closely related to what we see in the manga, where it sweeps across. I'm thinking it's mostly an artifact of the powers of saving space on textures in a game, but we'll see. I think the one that appears in the manga is what I'm going for. It's a little more rounded, a little more fun. So I think that's the goal. And I think we're almost ready to go into the Fusion 360 here, which is my modeling thing of choice. So super easy for the folks at home that maybe aren't as familiar with AutoCAD, Autodesk, any of those modeling softwares. I guess as basic as we can go. The things that you will want when you're working on something like this is to kind of get yourself familiar with the tools that we'll be using. I'm going to be, hopefully for this one, working primarily in the SolidWorks space, because I think I generally know how I'm going to throw this together, since what we're making is effectively two hemispheres, and then we have a symmetry across the center where we're going to be adding some holes for putting water through, because it's a watering can and it'd be kind of silly without that. We'll be adding some inset features for the eyes, and then figuring out how to do the fins, which on these, oh geez, this one looks like it's literally just a flat block that's cut into the surface. That's a little rough, but hey, I think we're going to go more with this manga version again, because it's cute, it's clean, I like it. Drop my mic. The mic is way too loud. No, we'll do that. What's up, Luca? I'm gonna bring it really close and we can have ASMR times. There we go. Oh no. Here, we'll change the levels there. How about now? Oh, now brown cow. We'll lower the desktop sounds, we'll lower that. Too much lo-fi? Oh no. Either way, I think everything can be done here within the wonders of the solid workspace. I think I'll have to dip into the surface just to mess around with the fins, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Overall though, easy. So things that we generally want to do are going in and figuring out how big of a what's it we're going to do. I'm entirely going by the powers of, I have a physical version in the real world, and I'm going with good old handy dandy ruler and saying, okay, that one that we used to have a little too small, we'll make it a little bigger. And the power of ruler says I'm looking at roughly a 16 centimeter diameter. So we'll do the powers of sketching, and because we have mostly a rotational symmetry in this guy, I'm going to use simple sketches to make a flat bottom thing that does not roll away when it's set in the kitchen counter, and will even give us the top filling spout here, and then we can just add details to it. I honestly think this is going to be maybe like 5 to 10 operations to get it done, and then we can fiddle around with the powers of our parametric modeling that will let us do things. So I said about 16 centimeters wide, so we'll go with a 80 millimeter radius, and we don't want it to quite be a perfect sphere, so we'll do, we'll just add a whole bunch of dimensions out here so that we can start figuring out things, and if we don't like them, later on we can adjust as we go. So we'll do that. Basically, for the folks at home that are a little unfamiliar with Fusion in general, one of the most important skills that you can learn overall is that sketching is the goal. When you're in a sketch like this, everything is color-coded so that it's super easy to figure out how reliable your sketch is going to be over time. So ones like this, you can already see that everything is in a black highlight. That is the ultimate goal when it comes to sketching, because that means everything is fully constrained and you can adjust as needed later. Fully constrained, it's kind of the way that you're going for, and what that means is that it has a dimension. So in these cases we have an 80 millimeter long, 55 millimeter long, and 40 millimeter long line, and all of those are grounded on the origin, which is basically the center of our 3D space, and they're all perpendicular or parallel to one another. So they have these wonderful little constraints, that one being parallel and perpendicular to each other. So black, good. As an example, I just threw a random line out onto the field. It shows up as blue. That basically means it has no idea what it's doing, and you can just move it like crazy, and not good. Other ways that you can get different colors for the legend, there is a wonderful thing called the construction line. In this, it is either going over to the sketch palette and changing its construction type, useful, or because hotkeys the power of X so you can quickly switch in between. So basically, in the blue version of that, you have blue or orange, so unconstrained construction lines. And then if you are doing some other things that are based off geometry, you can do a projection, but we'll get to that in a little bit, I think, because, hey, why not? So, ultimate goal, making sure everything is constrained. So, what I'm doing here is we'll add that arc, leave it unconstrained for now, and we can adjust it as we need to later. And then we'll do the lower half of the Wailmer body. We did 55 there. Let's go a little longer for now, just for the tummy. And then the wonders of looking at this, it seems that the base is a little steeper of an angle, so we'll only go a shorter base there, do our arcs, and yeah. Hello, thanks for the follow, Peaches, and welcome to stream. So, super simple shape, nothing too crazy here. Oh, thanks for the follow sub. You get to see funny little Minish Cap creatures, because boy howdy is this retro stream. So, got all of those arcs. That's going to be good to play around with. And then what I'm going to do here is go and do an offset. So basically exactly what it says on the box. We are going to offset these. Actually, we're going to only offset a selection of those. That way we have an actual thickness within the walls of our creature. And I agree, yes, Minish Cap is fantastic. It unfortunately is one of the ones that I have not finished. But it's the one that I have running on the cutest little Game Boy emulator. Oh, I wonder if this even has power right now. Funky yes. I don't know if the green screen's cutting it off, but it's a Game Boy SP that is 2 inches square, not even. It's great. Connects onto a backpack. Perfect for travel. Alright, I think that sketch, good. So, effectively what I'm going to do is make use of that symmetry and go and do a revolve, grab our profile there, and then choose an axis that we're going to revolve about. So that can be our funny little Wailmer orb. I think I might have made it still a little too tall, but that's the wonders of parametric modeling. We can just go and adjust and see how we feel about things, because we can make the sketch and adjust heights as we need. So let's go. Let's shorten it a little. Everything adjusts. Feels, oh, maybe that was a bit too much. Let's call it an even 50. Looking better. And then if we really wanted, we can round him out some more. Because by the looks of it, the actual underside of him starts a little past where the hemisphere is. We'll just keep playing though, because the art here and then the game models a little different. Yeah, the chibi size, it's great. We're here, we're playing. We'll do that for now. We'll figure it out if we want to change it. So basically, that's our super easy way to make any vase. Wailmer, however, he's just a little guy. He needs a handle. He needs some fins. So. Oh, thanks, Odka. I didn't know you were hiding in here. So, for the folks that are not as familiar with Fusion, everything in the top right or top left. Oh no, I realized I'm a foolish fool. I need to hide my overlays because otherwise you can't see anything up in the viewport. No. Alright, we hide things. We hide things. We don't need a camera. That's what's in the way. We want the overlays. We don't want the camera. Up in the top right, we have a handy little cube that is different views on the model. It's there to stop you from just randomly clicking and spinning the 3D object as you would, because boy howdy is it just gonna go. That's 95% of 3D modeling, just hovering around the orb. So, we're gonna add our little handle, and basically I'm just going on the other viewport here. So we are looking at the left side, and as I had mentioned before, we're going to figure out some projections. So, P for project, because that's how hotkeys work in this. If you have anything that starts with any of the same letters, good luck. Sometimes it's a hotkey, sometimes it's not. But basically what I'm doing is creating a projection of the shape so that we have it in the land of a sketch. And then from there, as I mentioned, we have our purple things. Yeah, Luca, I agree. Anything organic is a little bit of a nightmare, but that's why we chose Wailmer. He's a little bit easier, and we'll figure him out as we go. So, we have the powers of looking at these. In game, it effectively is a teacup handle, and in this one it looks like it's a little more ergonomic and extends up past the top of the filling point. If we were smart people, which boy howdy I don't know if we are, we can think about how this is going to be 3D printed, because that's effectively how it's going to be. You can do... Ooh. Because his fins extend past the hemisphere on the bottom. I don't know if we want to make a split there, or if we want to keep it flat like this so that we can print... Oh, we'll flip them upside down. This one won't let me flip them upside down. The worst. 3D viewer, you're terrible. It's not. It's free. It's exactly what you expect for a free program. So, for ease of 3D printing, what we'll do is we'll keep a flat surface on the top, and we'll think about... Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, of doing a split at the color change, and then what we'll do is we'll do basically a tooth keyed registration so that we can just put some waterproof sealant in between, jam them together, and then everything's good. At least that's the plan. We'll see if we get there. So, for the handle, we'll do is, let's say we go out 30, an angle 35, and then we start with a 2-point circle so that we can kind of get a shape that we want. Actually, let's just do 2 tangent circles. So we'll do there and there, so that we can effectively, it might be a little long, but we'll see how it feels. The design is very human. And we want our chain selection here. Fusion is being picky. Because I don't have everything trimmed there. So we'll do an offset of about, let's call it 12. See how that goes. And then anything extra in here we can trim and adjust to the shape as needed. The design is very human. Yeah, the design will be very humid because watering can. Haha, he's a funny guy. So we have a funny handle sketch, and because AutoCAD is made for people who are lazy, we're gonna call it symmetric because we drew right on that center axis. We're gonna make it, let's go a little wider, and we're going to have it as a new body for the time being. There is a handful of different other options that you can play with here. So obviously they follow Boolean operations because all that Fusion does is math. So you can either join, so your union operation, cut for your difference operation, intersect for your intersect operation. Real easy stuff. But what we're doing is we're just ignoring all those for now and doing a simple little one like that, because I wanted to see that, yes, I didn't quite extend that out. So if you're following along at home, mine's going to be a little different than yours up at the hotbar. So offset face halfway down. It's a tool that I use all the goddamn time. So I'm just going to do that so that it's within the bounds there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to combine, do that so that we have proper face, remove that little bit of extra, and effectively we just have our handle there as a separate body. And then, because holding on to rectangles is not the most comfortable thing ever, we'll just round this over a little. You know what? We'll even go with a bit of flair here, because hands, that sentence went absolutely nowhere in my brain. That's fine. We'll go a thicker fillet in here just for comfort of holding. That's fine. I think that's fine. Because if we're looking at this as if we're 3D printing it, going with what Lucas said, and we basically split at the point here. Was it 25? No, well, if we split at that divide there. Just hide those, because we'll use this later. Even call it the color split. That'll be fine. Yeah. So basically, one segment prints flat, and then the lower segment prints flat. That'll be fine. I think that'll be good. The design is very human. And very humid, so that Vodka can get his chuckle in. Somewhere way away in Guadalajara, Vodka's loving himself for this joke. So, I think the next big thing that we add on here is we go do some funny fins, because, yeah, why not? Funny fins. And what I'm thinking here is what we'll do. Because they did just a straight block. I think. Yeah, I saw the 125 days to Extra Life and kinda got scared. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm not worried, because we're already figuring out donation goals. We've figured out, like, the way in the future $2,000 donation, or $2,000 raised goal, and I'm terrified of what we have discovered. However, I think it'll be funny as all hell. No spoilers until that actually goes out. But anyway, this guy, what we'll do is we no longer need that sketch, but we will make another one. So we will make a new sketch for the fin. Once again, projecting the surface there, so that we have a point, and we'll take a look and see roughly how far about halfway along the arc. Luckily we have a halfway point indicator when sketching, because whether it's a straight line or anything, it will show you a triangle that shows you're on the midpoint. And we'll go and add, yeah, let's just go with the 140 that's out here. And we'll make it a really nice fin length. Nice. And yeah, that might be a little wide. We'll go parallel there. We'll make it nice still, and we can trim it off later with a combine. Okay, basic fin shape. Now, I'm gonna do a funny differenter trick here, and go on the side profile here. However, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it. Would it be thin if you lined it up with the color cut, since it print the blue side anyway? Yes, you could do that. Would it be thin if you lined it up with the blue color cut? I'm not sure. I'm just going with vibes and seeing if I can match as close to this, where it's roughly the fin lining up to just above where the switch to the white section is. We'll see. But because I don't like the blockiness of what that is, what I'm doing here is I'm going to project just this point here so that I have it on a view there, and then I'm going to get a little arc that only just meets that point. Oh, actually, I need the sketch still going. And then we're going to, it's not under there, project here, project to our surface. We want it going onto that face, and we want that curve, and we want to choose our vector. So please, I need to actually see the vectors. Why aren't you letting me choose this one? It's thinking that's the multiple curves. Silly me. Good. Oh, fine. Okay. It's going to be mean to me and actually make me make a new sketch. Oh, are Fusion hotkeys the same in Spanish and English? Dear Odka, we need to know. I think Odka and I need to sit down and just like go through the hotkeys and figure out what's the same and what isn't. Alright, so that is effectively me being a silly little guy so that I can make a fin that conforms to the curve there, and it should only just meet the split that we're looking. Oh yeah, the Enya key. Or if the poorly pronounced any key. Alright, so basically all that is sweeping along a path. I made a funny little path that projects onto the surface, and then this, what we're going to do, because we're being funny little guys, make a plane that goes between those 2 points, and what we're going to do, because they're not just big old blocks, just gonna draft it inward. Let's go 10, because why not? I'll see how it looks. Because we're just playing. We're kind of figuring out where we want to go with this one. Let's make it a little less drastic, because we can just go along the timeline and keep editing things to what we want it. Yeah. That's starting to look good. And because it's a flipper, sharp angles, maybe not our best friend. Round that out. And then do the same up top and on the bottom here. Yeah. Do a little more there and a little less there. It's almost looking like a dopey little guy. I kind of like him. I think he's good. I think he just needs eyes, really. Is what we'll do. I don't think that's perfectly lined up there. Wailmer can learn cut. Oh dear, no. I hope not. I don't remember if you're allowed to use cut on other trainers or humans. I'm fairly certain that's frowned upon in Pokemon Society. And if we're talking overall HM moves that they're going to use, You need the Team Rocket shirt. Do we have the Team Rocket? Now my question is, in that closet that's on the other side of the room here, do I have my Team Magma stuff? Because at the desk right now, we definitely have the Pokemon ball. And it definitely has my membership pin in it. As well as other things. You know where my alliances lie. There's also the Soul Silver Pokewalker here that definitely needs a new battery, and there's a Jigglypuff trapped in there for eternity, I think. Wailmer's cut is like Rock Smash. Or is it just this... Is it Body Slam? Slam? A big hearty slap? I'm not sure. But either way, I think I'm pretty happy with that fin. And then we can just add the little fingers to it. Now, here's the terrifying question. How many fingers does a Wailmer have? Look at Pokemon cards. 4? So we need 3 divides in there? 4 fingies? 4 fingies. Alright, Wailmer is a Simpson. Got it. So we'll make another plane so that we can do some easy splits. We'll do that. And we got a shape there. And we know... oh dear. I'm gonna have to do some math. Why does Wailmer Pail have 3 fingers? Oh, heart gold. Oh no. Don't go into the list of Pokemon games that we need to finish. That's gonna be a bit of a youch. So we'll go. These ones I'm just being a little lackadaisical with. What is the difference between Heart Gold and Soul Silver? I do not remember. Is it only legendaries that's the difference? I feel like there should be some other differences between the two. Alright, so basically all that I'm doing now, I honestly don't even need to have that hidden for that. I'm going through and adding pipes in here because it's a handy little tool, which does not have a hotkey, that you can follow along any extrusion or any line effectively. And just add in a tube of any shape, because everything is tube. And if we don't like the positioning of those, we can fiddle around and make some fingers a little narrower or a little wider. Because, well, let's change that angle. Yeah, that's starting to feel a little nicer. Yay, parametric stuff. Minor differences. As long as it's not any changes to the geisha gym, dear God. Even after all these years, I still remember that thing, and it was a nightmare. So, we got all those. Actually, make them into one thing again. And continue with the overall cleanup of shapes. Because Wailmer is round, the body is round, everything is soft. Oh no, it grabbed everything. The worst. Yeah, it's kind of like how... Oh. Is there a difference in gold and silver with which of the legendary dogs is effectively the one that you encounter first? I don't recall, because it has been a while. Let's take a look, see. Wailmer, do you have one? Okay, he's divided into 8. He is a pizza slice. We're learning more and more about Wailmer as we go. This is amazing. Here he just has 3 lines. Okay. That one's silly. And this one, it just looks like it has 3 as well. But then you can kind of see one that's under the fin for a 5th there. Heck. Alright. We're gonna have to make some choices then. So, executive decision. I think I like the 3. And with that, basically just going to set some bounds, set a midpoint so I can mirror, and I'm gonna be lazy, use an arc so that it can get that cut shape. And we're gonna kind of follow this. And then just mirror those because we, as always, are super lazy. And we'll see how that works on here. So split face, we want the lower side there. We want that to stay with us. And we'll do it once more with the 3rd one. And I think I just need to pull those a little closer. Yeah. So. Yes, I did adjust things. So I guess that's the first instance of showing that the timeline can absolutely break. So our surface, our tool, and why are you yelling? Doesn't like it. Improper face-face intersection. Your face. Okay. Well, that's weird. Join us as we learn about Pokemon anatomy. Oh dear, the Pokemon anatomy lessons. I don't know if I want to get into that because this is not 18 plus stream. Yeah, I think it is having sections on the bottom there that it's just not liking. Or possibly... Because I moved things around and I didn't actually check if everything was proper and closed. So we'll take a look there. We'll fix that. And it shouldn't have an issue. Yeah, it was just because it was open. Just see if it'll let us do that offset. If not, we'll add the split to the bottom section. Yeah, no problems. And then we'll do that. We'll grab that one. because I think the whole name of the game today has just been keep making this thing round. Oh, it's not gonna like how sharp those are. Yeah. Let's see. Is it just that inner one? What is the threshold that it'll allow me to get away with, I guess, is the funny little game. Cute little whale guy. Now, there's not too much left, because I just need eyes and spouts. Wailmer, kinda wall-eyed. Like, he is wide. Because I'm just gonna go into the chat here and then do the animation for him. Oh no, it's gonna force me to sign in to Twitch on Streamlabs? No! Heck that. Okay, I'll go into the one that's over here. Look at me. Let's figure out how wide this boy is. Let's do... Will it even let me do a tangent plane? Oh man, I don't think so. That's okay. What we will do then, use the center axis as our friend. Let's go. Let's play with that. And then we can play with the angle here if we don't like it. And how far down are his eyes on the hemisphere? Pretty low. So we're looking in and around where the actual things start. Hello, Bob Cratcher. Welcome to the story. We're making Wailmer. Let's play with that there. And in the game, he just has like a funny little pupil. In the manga, he's got cute little dots. I think we're going with the cute little dots. Sorry, game. I've already kind of shied away from the way that you work, and I'm going with what's cute, what feels right. So, we'll do... I gotta look at that again. These aren't circular in there. Not in the slightest. We will make an ellipse. And we'll do... Yeah, sure. Okay, I guess it didn't want that. We'll do that. And nearly circular. And we'll do... Sure. We'll see how that projects, and if that's not good for our purposes or porpoises, we can adjust. I think that's pretty good. Dude's gonna be wide. Alright. I'm gonna just tweak it a little. Let's make it real nice. Hell yeah. He's still a little too wide. We flew too close to the sun. Yeah, that's the right level of dopey, I think. And we'll and split that so that we can get the pupil, and then just inset that a little. And think about having a little bit of flat surface in there so that when it goes to painting time, nice and easy. The only downside is it projected through. I'm not too worried because I'm just gonna mirror things. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna be lazy about it. Don't worry about it. And because it is a whale, I think it needs a blowhole. So we're gonna do that. Has it almost in line with the thing. Oh, yeah, for the project the eye onto the surface. Sorry about that. Basically, I went with split face. So basically you choose whichever face that you want to add a thing to, and then you're choosing the actual tool, which can be a sketch, it can be another body, it can be a plane, it can be almost anything. It's a little chaotic, but it works. So basically it was just split surface, and then, or split face, and then offset face. So split creates that little dimple and also the scar on the other side, and then just an in and offset face there. This, I'm going to get rid of it, but I'm not too worried about that for now, because I'm going to create what we're going to use for our actual watering spouts. So I think we'll go with that. I'll just do 4mm holes for now. Do yeah, and then the power of a circular pattern by choosing the center and then doing that. Oh geez, that is a lot of stuff going on right now then, sub. So let's see, because there is multiple ways to skin the cat here, or multiple ways to blow his hole. I don't know. What are we even gonna say here? We'll do, from the front, that looks fine. From the side, that looks a little sketch. And I know from the inside, that's not going to be the best thing ever. So let's try doing something a little funny. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we'll see. So I'm just going to, again, project it onto the surface using, yeah, it's already got the right vector, so that's good. Yeah, jump back into Fusion, it's the way to go. It's a little silly. It's a little messed up, but that's okay. Do I want... No, I don't want the actual circle. I want the center points. So, to follow through my train of thought that I'm going for here, I'm getting these so that I have a pinpoint center. Yeah, actually, the goal, Bob, is to throw this on the printer and probably have it done by tomorrow so that it's finished by the time can't we all get Oolong is back from Calgary. So quick turnaround, it'll be good. Just fixing a thing that has been sitting unfinished and kind of unloved for a little while. So what I'm gonna do is, why did it go like that? Oh geez. Okay, we want to adjust the hole diameter. So in theory, that should be normal to the surface, yes? Nope. Interesting. Why is it not? That's not right. Well, maybe the original way was better, and I didn't need to actually project these. That's a shame. I wanted to try something kind of funny, because I don't often approach it that way. But that's okay. We'll go back with those, even though they're a little janky. We'll do a little round over as we always do, and then we don't need that sketch, we don't need those construction lines, but what we're going to do is use the powers of section analysis so that we can kind of peek in here. And one of my biggest gripes that existed because of the existing Wailmer Pail that we did have, what I'm gonna do is water would leak, as well as water would just collect inside and overall not be fantastic as a watering can, which I'm going to be honest, if it is designed to do one thing and it is incapable of doing that thing, maybe not the best. So, what? Ooh. I swear I know how to type. We'll do that so that it has a little bit more way to actually basically just forcing water out the front of this thing. It's gonna be funny that way. So we'll just keep editing it with the powers of parametric values. Liking that chamfer. It's interesting. Okay. Oh, Tower of Power. Hell yeah. Basically, all I'm just going to do here is smooth out as much as possible so that we can divert water into where we actually want it to go, while actually having some thickness to the model. is a round over. And then this. Why are you doing that? You should not have offset. That's interesting. I guess I clicked something funny. Remove that from the timeline. That's fine. So, honestly, I think that is a Wailmer Pail. Once everything is all cleaned up, the only other thing that we really have to worry about is the split here so that it's actually printable. Alright, Luca's just being a silly guy. Half of a Wailmer Pail. Yeah, we have the powers of mirror functionality, and I'm gonna be honest, that's entirely what we're gonna do. What we want primarily here, though, is we're gonna decide where that split goes so that we can do the wonders of printing it and then having just 2 paint colors. So have a little channel there. We'll go, well, let's do 5 mil that way. And that's gonna be the thing. We don't want the analysis, we want... If I was smart, I would have done it on that plane. But I'm not smart. So we'll just undo it all. And then we will bring all those into obscurity, do that, and we will start a new one. So we will just project those sketch items so that we have the inside and the outside. We said our split is going to be there, so we'll project that guy. And then, because we want things to fit together nicely, we'll do that, we'll do that, and then we'll do an offset of 0.3 so that we have a little bit of clearance for printing, and that should be a close enough fit. What about the little bit of handle that's poking through the inside? For that, what the magic was I basically did a combine and just split that segment off. So what we'll do is we'll hide this. We will split this using the powers of symmetry across the center axis there, and we don't care about that guy for now. He's gone. He's dead to us. Sorry, buckaroo. And we will then I guess the easiest way is we can grab oh, did I not close that? Or is it just being a silly? Yep, it's being a silly. I did not close it. So we'll do that. Hide the bodies, which is a terrifying sentence to say in general when we're streaming, but that's okay. We will create a sweep. You're in the silly room again. Oh no. Uh-oh. Got too silly again. correct. Why did you... Oh, I see. Because I had it matched as parallel as opposed to perpendicular. Haha. Beauty. So just a simple sweep. And then we have our hemispheres. And effectively, if we want bonus points here, we can do that little offset to add that detail. And we'll do... Yeah, we'll just do an extrude down. Do that. Create a loft from that to that. Of course you won't let me do that, meanie. Neat. Then we have our mirroring powers once again. And we want our fin. Nope. We want our fin, which we should add back on. And can do a little bit of fillet there just to help things out. Beauty. So we have our upper half, our lower half, and our handle as things, which means we want our upper half and our lower half mirrored because they have details on them. We do that. And then, because we were thinking ahead, we have that. We can hide the origin. And let's just add some funny little paintwork onto them. Let's go smooth. We got blue, and we got white. So blue, white, and then we'll go into the RGB land and look for something that's a little more Wailmer toned. He's good there. And stomach's a little more cream. And we have his two eyes that want to be painted black. And we can add an actual bright white for the pupils. I guess I'll even grab those because we're just being a little bit extra. But look at that. He's just a little guy. Press X. No, it's a whale mirror. It's just a funny little whale that's a watering can. And I think you're just joining us as we're finishing everything up so that we can actually go put it onto the printer and then try it out. And by try it out, I mean, it's just, yes, Wailmer Pail. Oh, are we making a Psyduck teapot as well? That would be a little bit extra. Here. We'll just use the yellow. We'll grab faces. I'm just entirely doing this for the render at this point. Bring it more into the cream tones. He's beautiful. Just there you go. This is the stream. This is it. He's just big. do that. We'll go into Renderland, and we'll see if it absolutely kills the computer. Because that's glossy, it's beautiful, I love it. We're going to do an in-canvas render. It's going to send Specky into an absolute nightmare. Because we're going to see everything just absolutely spike. Oh. You see that bad habit up at the top? Uh-oh. Guess who hasn't saved yet and has finished the thing? Uh-oh. How about we save before we throw it through the render machine? And we'll get out of the Halo Infinite stuff, because no one's supposed to see those anyway. I swear I thought I had a Pokemon folder. That is wild. How do I not have a new Pokemon folder? I guess I put it into anime stuff at first. Oh well. And we will just call it Wailmer Pail. Perfect. We finished it, and we saved it, and everything is great. Amazing. Alright. Now the possibility of ending the stream with the power of in-canvas render. I'm even gonna bring it up to this so that we can see everything spike. It is a nice sunny day on Vancouver Island. It is 20 odd degrees ambient in the house. The computer is saying it's okay, cranking everything up to 80. Away she goes. Oh no, it only went to there. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I think that's pretty good. We will save that, and we will put it all the way into our costumes folder, into the Pokemon land, into the Wailmer Pail, and good. Ultimately, the whole thing here is I wanted to just make a funny little file, and I think it's gonna just go up onto the website as a free thing after the test print's done. So if you jump onto Skookum Props website, probably later today after this print goes, we'll see just as a little free thing. So we'll call this Wailmer bottom, Wailmer top. I swear I know how to type. And then we will just export these real quick. We're in high resolution, that's good. I don't actually know where that's saved. That's not good. I was totally paying attention. Oh, it actually did go. Perfect. Okay, we don't need to worry about it then. And the second half. Beauty. So, Wailmer Pail. We don't want the ones from there, we want the ones from here. We'll just double check these. It does have some artifacting in there from the thing. That's unfortunate. Can clean it up afterwards. But that looks good. We'll throw it into Prusa Slicer because that's the one I trust the most for anything absolutely chaos. No, I don't want to update it right now because that would be a nightmare. Doesn't see any issues. Good. We will print it that way. And good. I totally put that upside down. Awesome. I'm the best at this game. So print as a bowl. And this one's going to be a little bit different just because it's got the long handle to it. And we'll do that. Cool. Cool. And then we'll just throw them straight onto the slicer and see how long that'll take. Yeah, that's fine. Why are you all the way over stage left? Well, let's see fast print. Well, that figures itself out. I'm going totally over here into model resource to see what else is in there, because I think we had started out the stream looking at things and like, yeah, what if we just speed build a Lotad guy because he's fun? Or what else is in Sapphire? Do we just build all of Kanto real quick? Or no, Johto? No, wait, what is... Oh no! Sinnoh? Which is the one? Map. Or a substitute real quick. Alright. We build a substitute real quick because... was it Luca that said organic things would be an absolute nightmare to deal with? We'll show him that it is not that chaotic. Because throwing this on as a print, it says all of 4 hours for a half, and this one is the much larger of the two halves. Yeah, that's fine by me. Let's quickly slam down a substitute into here. What do we do? Let's go grab this. We'll save it as an image. And then we'll just play a silly little game in the purple mode. We'll do that. We got a canvas. We're great. And we will bring in a canvas, bring it from the computer box. And sure. I don't know how big this is. It doesn't really matter. We'll figure it out. So, the wonders of fusion. We're going into purple mode. Everyone hold on to your butts because this stuff is a little sketchy. We're basing it on the funny shapes. We got our quad ball. We want some symmetry along that way. Oh yeah, because I'm on the front. That's good. We will form him using two balls. And we'll do the same. The biggest downside of basically everything in form mode here is that none of it is parametric. Everything you do is just let whatever modeling god you pray to take the wheel. We're just going nuts. So let's get all vertexes. We're just going to start stretching and shaping things to make a funny little guy. He's a Pokemon. Yeah, we're going into the worst form of witchcraft today, unfortunately, of making chubby little guys. So he is a stuffed animal, which means he's going to want to have a little bit of weight on that. So we're just gonna make his dumpy a little chunky dumpy guy. Hail Satan. Yeah, if that is your deity of choice on this fine Saturday morning, I agree. Hail Stan. We'll do that. We'll do that just to bring in some shapes to round him out. That seems good for a lower body. We'll do that. And then he's got a little bit of a nose that curves upward. So we'll do that. We'll just start pressing and pulling. And he's got a snout, so we'll narrow that in and narrow this in. That's okay. What's your face look like there, bud? He's got a smile, he's got cheeks. And then these kind of blend into one another. So we will actually get rid of these. We will do the same down there because we have that. And start welding vertices together. And it's gonna freak out because I'm doing some weird sharp joins, but that's okay. Everything's gonna stitch together just fine. It's gonna have the same symmetry. Now he is a little more bean-shaped. We will start scooching some things in to refine the bean. We'll do this so that he maintains his tum-tum. And that's a little... yeah! Make him huggable. Now, with the substitute, I think... kind of has a little bit of a crease in there. We'll play with that. So we have the power of the crease tool. We'll just do that, and we'll figure out where roughly that line will fall. So we'll bring that down a little. Keep it following a curvature, and just pull things in slightly. Then back here, I think he kind of just needs to be a little bit of an orb. Alright, of course he's not skipping any meals. He's a substitute, he has to look tempting. Because isn't he just thrown out as a punching bag to be bait for literally everything? Or did I miss the assignment? Yeah, basically, this is the only downside of the purple mode. It's just so much fiddle around, guess and check. What we'll do, just do this to define his face shape a little bit better. Do that. And then just bring the snoot out. Oh, I am mixing the polka doll and the substitute. Yeah, he literally is just a punching bag. That's okay. We love him just the same. So we have the main bean shape there. We'll just do that. Do a funny little cylinder that we can bring out as an arm. And what we'll do is just start scaling things in, because it looks like his arm starts as wide and then narrows in. So we can do that with just the simple scale tools here. We'll do one more. And then we want to just cap this off, but we want to maintain the more sharp look to it. So we'll do that, and we can fill it after. And just extend this a little. Again, go with the fill hole, but this time we'll grab everything and just position this, which we can merge into the body after. Because if we look at all that, I guess he wants arm upward, and we'll fiddle around a bit so that it's there. And same again for the leggy, because we're just playing. Want that. We want a fairly large cylinder for the leg. Good. And then again, these narrow in. So we'll just bring those out so he looks well fed and tempting. Substitute wants uppies. Oh no. Because I'll just start tweaking some of these so that we can kind of match things to the overall profile. So we'll do that. Probably easier from the lower viewport, honestly. And just match the curvature of his dummy thick Pokemon doll dumpy here. Because I only just want it to meet that body there. And if I can see that seam between the two, that means it's still external, which overall, it's fine. We'll do that. He's chubby, the body is round, everything is great. So we do that again. We crease everything around here. And then hide this one. Dude, it is witchcraft. It's just something that you fiddle around with a bunch using some of the basic tools and combining shapes until you can see kind of the form that you're going for, and then everything's good. Last but not least, he needs an ear, so I'm honestly just going to use another quad ball. We're going to go on that plane. We're going to give, much smaller. And we're not going to give it any symmetry because we're just going crazy on this one. We'll just pull these inward. And pull this a little sharper. And then I think if that goes a little flat, that's good. It looks like he's kind of a triangular ear shape. As good as you can for a stuffed doll. Oh, you're sanding little lilacs? Is it the 3D puzzle one? Shape, then we will just add details once we get into the normal environment. We go mirror. We want him to have 2 arms, 2 legs. Actually, let's be smart about it. Let's be smart for a change. Let's do some things that we will use for later. Nah, it's all good. Don't worry. It started out as a little bit of a tutorial, and then I went into just, I'm gonna be a little chaotic and working on things at my own rate. So, you asking questions and telling me, hey, dumbass, slow down. Perfect. I need more of that. We'll just do one of these. Adjusted up or down as needed, and I'll do the face arc from the side, but I think the tummy is the thing that we need to change here. So knock his leg off. He's probably not going to need that. We will then just add a little bit of an extension that way. It's not quite where I wanted it to be. That's okay. Trim that. Do another arc here. Actually, if we're being smart, which we should probably be, we'll just do some more construction tools. just keep playing here. Beauty. Do that, do this. Wait, I did want that. And then do some clean up here. That can go. And split face there again. And you're going to be a bit problematic to me, aren't you? Right? We will force it. So we'll just... Yeah, unfortunately, that's the canvas that I chose. I'm sure if I wanted something a little more accurate, I could track one down, or even get the game model and unfold everything properly, but this is just a quick silly thing that I wanted to play with. Alright, we'll just isolate this. And do that. And actually, if we're going to be smart, we will make that didn't actually go flat. Interesting. Well, we can force the issue and use some of those points to make a plane. Can use some more of these points to make a plane. Minus a little, minus a little, and do that. Do that. We'll hide all those. Basically, I'm just going with the feel of whatever's going on here. Yeah, Vodka's got it. It's just figuring out what we're feeling. It's gonna be a meanie to me. That's... why are you doing that? Okay, so that wasn't the problem. I guess the other one was. How rude. We'll just do this once again. Alright, it was just being temperamental. Name of the game, I guess. Then let's hope that that almost lines up. Almost. That's okay. Can bring things around. I'm thinking here is we use the pipe. I lost pipe. Pipe is there. He's got a little smile. He's pretty smug. And then we're just going to continue with the figuring out the vibes of this. The cheek is roughly there. Maybe a little bigger. We can just drag it around a little. And then the eye. We got a couple arcs. Relation, it's over top of the cheek, so my ear definitely needs to move back. Which, that's alright. We'll just do a lazy eyelash wing. It's a little more sharp on the... So we'll do that, and then we'll just pull it that way. And then the ear... I think we need to go back into the purple mode for that one. So, the unfortunate truth here is that we gotta move all this, and hopefully it does not knock other things out of line when we're playing. So we'll do that. We'll pull that inward. And yeah. And we'll have to recalculate a bunch of stuff. Didn't have the worst time ever, so that's good. Now, stuff has slightly changed. We'll do that. We'll do that. And sure. Beauty. Did I do myself a favor? I might have. And everything there was on one face. So we'll do that. And extend his cheek outward a little. And then just start combining things in. And we can start, yes, I didn't combine his stomach back in. Start rounding some things out here. And should be able to just add some different points with variable fillets. Alright, it decided it wanted to go all the way to like 1,000,000 immediately. That's good. Let's say smooth it out a little more. Cool. And we'll do the same again. I don't know if the arm actually needs that. That's okay. Add some control points there, just to blend the ear into place. Give me the dot. here, we'll just make it very fine. And more curvature as it's towards the back. Then, because everything is lazy, everything is easy, we'll just split him down the center. Get rid of that half. Do a mirror. We don't need any sketches. Grab everything there. It's going to yell at me because I have the end caps of those as a thing. Let's add some funny... We can fabric him up. Fabric gray, yeah, that's entirely what a Pokédoll plush looks like. Oh, this one doesn't let me change the color. Well, that's right, he's red. No, that one also doesn't let me change color. Fabric green, my favorite. Perfect, he's beautiful. Green. Why won't it actually let me change the RGB value? That's so weird. Oh well, he's green. And because it's just generic fabric right now, we'll change the scale on him for the render. Give him a lightish brown tum-tum. Change the scale of once again. And oh, can I edit fabric generic? I can, haha. Welcome generic fabric. That looks good. That's totally the right green, isn't it? A little too violent. Tone it down. Pretty close. And where's my generic fabric? Red, that's right. You mean cream? Cream. And my generic fabric, that is pink. For the cheeks. I'll just grab all those. I probably should have done this before I mirrored it, but eh. Again, this is just for the render because why not? Black in for the eyes and mouth. I did not select that segment of the mouth for some reason. Oh, I guess he needs hands. Oh no. I'm going against the mold of what he's got there. Giving him the teddy bear look of giving him different colored ends on his feet. And I think that's alright for a Pokédoll. Go into the render land. Substitute. He's looking a little drowsy. He's alright. So again, we'll just do an in-canvas render, run that, the computer will scream at us. If the stream drops, I'm not surprised, because we'll run it, everything's good, run it to final. It's just figuring out what's going on. Did I save? No! You silly. That's what the untitled is for. Alright. Well, here's the thing. If you go in... I'm gonna go into... 7th Corpse Discord. I'm gonna go into the live stream one. And I'm gonna put a sticker that I use far too frequently and get used far too frequently against me. Where is it? There we go. Perfect. It's okay. We did it. Everything's good. We got a cute little render for both the substitute. Cute little render for the Wailmer. And yeah. Did we do it? We made things. I think I'm gonna finish this kind of warm energy drink and just call it there because, hey, we're getting back into streaming. 2-hour stream to start things off. Made 2 things. I think that's alright. Worst case, do the same again next week. Maybe throw up a poll somewhere, maybe Instagram, and then figure out another smally little thing that we can work on, either as a tutorial or just cuz. There's stuff that's going on. We always gotta build things. I don't know. How do I sign off? What do we do? Do we just say later? Adios? Thanks for watching? I don't know. I think the ultimate thing, though, is we go back here and do the most important part of 3D design. Send them spinning, and then I disappear as I end the stream. Good night.